And at this moment, in the dark world on the other side, a demon lord let out an angry roar. Damn it! How dare these puny humans steal the power of the Dark Knight Empress? A person in a red robe in front of him said respectfully. Supreme Lord, please rest assured. I will definitely eliminate him, and then offer his heart to you. A big hand slowly stretches out from the darkness ahead. A crystal stone is floating on the palm. If this can be achieved, the tempering of War God will be rewarded to you. Obtained a new talent named Dwanlight Yun at this moment. Can't wait to return to the dormitory and start trying it out. He casually threw a plate forward. Immediately activates the new talent Knight's Eye. The spinning plate suddenly stopped in midair. He couldn't help but be amazed. This Knight's Eye is indeed powerful. Then he raised his hand and made a gesture. The plate flew back into his hand. I heard Teacher Xia say that Knight's Eye can grow. After reaching SS rank, it can seal off space. It is superior to most SS rank talents. At the same time, he is also more shocked by Qin Chung Xia's strength. Even the powerful Dark Knight Empress was killed by her. How strong is her actual strength? Since the effect of Potion of Luck can last for 24 hours. So Dwanlight Yun will have amazing luck all the way when she goes out. Picked up a bag of coins on the ground ahead. Got a chance to dine for free during the meal. Dwanlight Yun had a moment of inspiration. Such good luck should be utilized well. So he decided to complete the daily tasks first. The reward for the third daily task is random. What he wants most now is enchant materials. He was indeed given an enchant material after completing the task. Dragon's Blazing Blood. It can add the effects of Intimidation and Dragon Slayer to gear. Dwanlight Yun is overjoyed. It turns out to be the top-tier enchant material. Want to maximize its use. Indeed, Potion of Luck is best used as an enchant. After class, he couldn't wait to rush to the school's enchant hall. Enchant can be very exciting. Once successfully upgraded, the attribute will soar. But once failed, not only will the gear drop in level, it might also shatter. Dwanlight Yun walked straight to the counter. He spent 3,100 credits purchasing many enchant materials. The receptionist asked Dwanlight Yun if he needed to rent an enchanter, as having an enchanter's help could greatly increase the success rate. However, Dwanlight Yun decisively refused. He brought the materials and headed straight to the enchant station. He clapped his hand on the enchant station. Start enchant. A purple electric snake shot out from the enchant station. Instantly wrapped around several enchant materials and demonic breakthrough, accompanied by a flash of purple light. The system prompt tone also sounded. Enchant successful. Demonic breakthrough has also been upgraded to golden 4 stars quality. Not only did the basic attributes get upgraded, but a new attribute system has also been added. The system prompts whether to continue to enchant Dwanlight Yun. Of course, the choice is to continue. More dazzling than before. The purple light shines brightly on the enchant platform, attracting the attention of many students for a moment. Oh my! Such a bright purple light. Someone has successfully enhanced the 7 stars. Watching the golden 7 stars breaking through with the purple electrical snake wrap. Nico couldn't believe it and widened his eyes. Dwanlight Yun simply threw the materials in and let the enchant machine automatically enchant without any skill. But he succeeded all the way. It's incredible. At this time, many people also gathered around. The success rate from 6 stars to 7 stars is only 5%. This kid is truly a chosen one. I wonder if he dares to go for 8 stars. Nico quickly spoke up to stop him. The success rate from 7 stars to 8 stars is only 1%. 7 stars is already very powerful. Stop it, Dwanlight. Dwanlight Yun, however, ignored the surrounding chatter. He simply said 4 words indifferently. Continue the enchant. As his voice fell, there was a loud rumble. A thick purple light suddenly soared into the sky from the enchant platform. Everyone watched nervously as this scene unfolded. Once successful, the weapon attribute will double. It will also add a brand new special attribute. That is the strongest golden rank weapon in the school's history. If it fails, the gear will definitely explode. There are even people with strong jealous tendencies, who curse that his gear will explode. As the purple light dissipated, a golden cocoon emitting golden light appeared in everyone's sight. Accompanied by a loud rumble, the huge cocoon burst open. A handle wrapped in golden dragon patterns. The demonic breakthrough suddenly appeared in front of everyone. Not only has the basic attribute undergone earth-shaking changes, but special attributes, intimidation, and Dragon Slayer, have also been added. Nico covered his mouth in shock. Even with a regular diamond weapon, it couldn't reach this level. What's even more outrageous is that this guy charged up without any technique. Dwanlight Yun looked at the demonic breakthrough in his hand, and was very satisfied. It feels just right. No materials were wasted. But suddenly, a discordant voice sounded from behind. A giant man, with a bare chest suddenly appeared behind Dwanlight Yun. "Kid, sell me your weapon. I'll pay you 30% more than the market price." Dwanlight Yun turned his head and chuckled coldly. "What if I don't sell?" At this moment, Dwanlight Yun and Lei Lin were facing each other in the enchant hall. The surrounding onlookers were talking in succession. This kid should be a freshman. Brother Lei is not only a member of the student council, but also has some connections with the dragon bloodline. It's not a wise choice to offend him. Nico couldn't help but chuckle on the side after hearing that. What about Brother Lei? These senior students probably haven't seen this year's freshman competition. If a real fight breaks out, all of you together are not his match. Lei Lin disdainfully waved his hand. "Kid, name your price. If the deal goes through, then you'll have the qualifications to hang out with me. This golden rank weapon, the strongest in the school's history, is only worthy of being possessed by me." Dwanlight Yun did not reply. Instead, he heavily stomped the ground with the demonic breakthrough in his hand. The weapon's attribute intimidation is activated. A terrifying pressure instantly erupts from the demonic breakthrough. Lei Lin was shocked and at a loss for words. His speech became a bit incoherent. What kind of weapon is this? Why do I instinctively feel fear rising in my heart? I am a half-dragon. I should fear nothing. Dwanlight Yun slowly approached with demonic breakthrough in hand. "Are you suggesting that I am unworthy of owning this weapon? If you don't sell it to us, then we are enemies." Lei Lin was already scared at this point. He was trembling all over and couldn't say a word. The closer he got to me, the more my dragon blood inside me felt fear. What's going on? The next moment, he plopped down on the ground with a thud. No, he didn't. At this point, he no longer cared about saving face. The inner fear made him involuntarily shout, "Don't come over here! Private fighting is prohibited among students. Violence is wrong. We should promote civilization and foster new trends." The surrounding students were all dumbfounded one by one. Is this still the Brother Lei they know? Dwanlight Yun, on the other hand, walked past him directly. "Take your time. I'm in a hurry. There's only a little time left for the potion of luck. We must make good use of our time." Nico also happily followed along. The students couldn't help but feel puzzled. Lei Lin was so scared at the first encounter that he resorted to reciting school rules for self-protection. What is this kid's background after all? Later, Dwanlight Yun came to the library to select skills in hopes of finding the right skills in the vast sea of books, which proved to be very difficult. But now, with the potion of luck, even if you choose randomly, you will definitely find the most suitable one. Just as he was thinking, his eyes suddenly lit up. He saw that he was holding two skill books, one for the hidden class, Shadow Assassin, and the primary skills of a druid. Although Dwanlight Yun had studied some of the primary skills of a druid, he did not have all of them. After all, the resources in high school are limited. The tracking skill in front of him is only available in college. It can quickly track the target's location through the traces left by the target. And the skills of the shadow assassin have effects that far surpass those of a regular assassin. Shadow Cloak turns the body into a shadow, making it immune to all controlling skills, and increasing movement speed by 35%. Lasts for 1.5 seconds. Shadow Steal can steal the target's items, gear, buffs, etc. The success rate of the theft is determined by the difference in attributes between both sides. Shadow Cloak and Tyrantian's Blood Escape are somewhat similar. It is a very good survival skill for control and protection. Shadow Steal can remove the opponent's weapon. Even the mage's shield is like a bug-like skill. Immediately after, Dwanlight Yun arrived at the beast taming arena to select a mount. Did not listen to the boss's florid speech. He went straight to a cage, pointing at a small, weak little fellow inside. That's the one. Dwanlight Yun noticed it the moment he entered the beast taming arena. With his current luck, he definitely couldn't go wrong. Nico and the boss were both very puzzled. The boss mentioned that no one had wanted this little fellow for 3 months. They were planning to get rid of him. Paying Dwanlight Yun 100 credits for the feed would do. Immediately, Dwanlight Yun threw out a bottle. A super large supplement purchased for 1,800 credits. The little one quickly stood up and bit it with a gulp. Then he tilted his head back and drank it all down with a gurgling sound. The next moment was captured in the shocked expressions of Nico and the boss. The little guy transformed directly into a massive mutant griffin. Dwanlight Yun stepped forward and touched its large head. It looks quite silly. Let's call it Silly Silly. Then the two of them sat on Silly Silly's back. Dwanlight Yun laughed out loud. Let's go, Silly Silly. After a moment, the two arrived at the final stop. Summon Beast Training Base. Due to the late hour, only the botanical warehouse is still open now. Fortunately, Dwanlight Yun is proficient in druid skills, making summoned beasts of the plant type suitable. Normally, the power of primary skills increases significantly after being boosted by his talent. However, summoner skills are an exception. The strength of summoner heavily relies on summoned creatures. Dwanlight Yun currently only has the most basic water element summon. The upper limit of the water element is too low. Now even being a meat shield is not enough. He needs a summon with strong growth potential. But the rank should not be too high. After all, he is not a summoner. While Dwanlight Yun was lost in thought, a wailing sound beside him caught his attention. It was a small thorn blossom fairy. Dwanlight Yun felt a little confused. The other thorn blossom fairies are all of diamond quality. Why is this one only made of gold? The boss sighed. Its innate talent is not good, and it did not develop well. Also, thorn blossom fairies are very delicate. If you want it to mature well, it must be fed well. The cost effectiveness is low. Nico also advised him that it would be better to buy a more high-level and practical one instead. Dwanlight Yun, however, smiled and bent down to pick it up. I will take it. Dwanlight Yun does not have the traditional summoners high-level pact skills, but after enhancing the primary pact, he can only form contracts with summoning creatures of golden quality at most. This little one is currently the most suitable for him, with a high contract upper limit. So Dwanlight Yun bought another 3 months' worth of provisions. The total cost was 3,800 credits. It's already dark outside. Nico hesitated and spoke up. Can we discuss something? Dwanlight Yun, the straight guy, said directly. I'm still wondering how long you're going to be a follower. Speak up, what's the matter? Nico rubbed his hands apologetically. Sure. Can you lend me 1,500 credits? You've taken all my credits. Dwanlight Yun did not hesitate at all. She readily took out her student ID card and swiped it for her. Nico looked at the balance displayed on Dwanlight Yun's interface. Nico's eyes were about to pop out in shock. This is excessive. After spending extravagantly the whole day, she still has over 8,000 credits left. She's simply a tycoon. Seriously, how many people's credits did this person steal? Watching Dwanlight Yun's departing figure, a blush appeared on her cheeks. This person may always seem cold, but she is actually quite a good person. The showdown of the new students is over. 3 months have passed in the blink of an eye. Dwanlight Yun attends every type of class. Very hardworking. From knives to sniper rifles, proficient in all. But he is too aloof. Except for occasional contact with Nico, he basically ignores all other students. Anfuyi is slightly frustrated by this. This situation exists in all top schools. Outstanding students love being lone wolves. But students have to go to the battlefield after graduation. Not understanding cooperation can easily lead to death. So Xianlong Kingdom organizes a national freshman exchange competition every year. The purpose is to strengthen cooperation. The freshman exchange competition of this year is approaching. Anfuyi then asked Professor Li to gather the top 20 freshmen. On the other side, at the crossbow training ground, Dwanlight Yun and Nico are having an archery competition. With a shout from Kaisi, the two simultaneously took a step back to create distance. Nico was the first to use Nature's Arrow. 3 arrows turned into 3 golden lights and burst out. Dwanlight Yun easily dodged the arrows with a light step of the toe. At the same time, he quickly launched a counterattack. Archer's primary skills, archery stance, and chasing arrow. Nico quickly dodged behind a big tree. What a fast counterattack! One of the arrows was shot directly towards the big tree. In an instant, it pierced through the trunk and shot towards the top of Nico's head. Nico is speechless. I lost. The spectators were all amazed. Brother Yun truly deserves praise for defeating Nico with only archer primary skills, even though Nico is a skilled Silver Moon elf with expertise in sword and bow. It's said that Brother Yun is also #1 in other class systems. Truly multi-talented. Nico is beyond frustrated. At the beginning, she could still bully Dwanlight Yun, but within just 3 months, she was surpassed. During their conversation, Professor Li arrived at the training field. She asked the two of them to go to the training room. Headmaster Yi had something to discuss with them. Anfuyi is not only the Dean of the Academy of War. He also serves as the Vice President. Not long after, the top 20 freshmen gathered in the training room. The students probably guessed the principal's intention. The freshman communication competition is a national competition held every year. All universities will participate. It is divided into individual and team competitions. According to the results of the competition, universities will be ranked. The top 7 universities are determined by the exchange matches. Dwanlight Yun's Jiangnan University has already won 3 consecutive championships. However, a new survival challenge has been added this year. The specific rules are not clear yet. A new achievement quest has also emerged. Won the championship in the National Freshman Exchange Competition. At this time, Anfuyi came to the training room. He smiled. This year's Freshman Exchange Competition will be hosted by Qingyan University. At that time, he will lead the team in person as the vice president. Later, he explained the rules of the new survival competition. Each school needs to field 20 participants. All participants will be randomly placed in a large, harsh environment. They can earn points by finding resources, killing monsters, and other methods. The rankings will be determined by the total points accumulated by all participants. After explaining the rules, Anfuyi proposed to have Dwanlight Yun serve as the team captain. Everyone has no objections. Obviously, no one doubts Dwanlight Yun's abilities. Individual matches can only register 3 people. So it will be led by the top 3 freshmen, Dwanlight Yun, Tyran Shin, and Nico in the individual matches. In the team event, Anfuyi, one of the 7 members, is feeling torn. The team leader, Dwanlight Yun, often prefers to act independently. It is uncertain whether he can effectively command. Furthermore, as a freelancer with no specific class, it is unknown what area he excels in the most. I have no idea how to pair him with teammates at all. Just when he was at a loss, Dwanlight Yun took the initiative to suggest that he choose the team members. Anfuyi agreed after some thought. After all, Dwanlight Yun is the core of the team. The mentor quickly selected Dwanlight Yun. The list of team members was sent to Anfuyi's office. Looking at the list of team members in hand, Anfuyi was so angry that he almost spat out a mouthful of blood. What a messy team. It's not even the Dwanlight Yun 3 melee attackers, 1 Taoist, 1 summoner, 1 assassin lineup. It's just a team of kitchen knives. All they do is charge forward or attack. What kind of tactics can they produce? Jiangnan University has been able to achieve a three-peat. It all depends on the 22-12 formation. 2 warriors in the front line, 2 mages dealing AoE damage, 1 healer for support, and 2 versatile classes for harassment and control. The entire team of Cleaver Squad now. They sent 2 meat shields forward, followed by long-range bombing. You don't even have a mage. What's the point of fighting? Professor Lee explained that they all didn't understand the concept of no-class freelancer. Perhaps Dwanlight Yun has his unique idea. Anfuyi sighed helplessly. Let's first see the results. You go arrange for the instructor. The students in the training room are also very puzzled by Dwanlight Yun's arrangement. However, Dwanlight Yun ignored these doubts and simply stated that he had his own considerations. Just then, an angry shout came from the doorway. Who is Dwanlight Yun to make such an arrangement? Counselor Ningwei walked in with Hanfang Shui. He loudly stated that he had led the school to first place in the team competition of the last exchange match. He pointed out that their current lineup severely lacked magic output. He then pushed Hanfang Shui forward. He is the strongest blasting mage among the new students, and is best suited to join in. Yoshu Lin immediately expressed his dissatisfaction. Isn't this guy just a big troublemaker in the freshman competition? This guy still wants to parachute into our team with these skills. Other students also echoed one after another. Yeah. I heard that Hanfang Shui's family is wealthy. Come on, spill it. How much benefit did you receive from them? Dwanlight Yun, who leaned against the wall, also said coldly, What if I don't want it from them? Seeing that Dwanlight Yun didn't give face at all, Ningwei showed a fierce expression. I am the instructor. I have the power to make any arrangements for you. If I say he has to join the team, he must join. The students couldn't help but angrily curse. What a lackey. We worked hard to achieve our qualifying ranking. Why should a mere underling be allowed to join in? Brother Yun's magic is also very powerful. It's better not to have this mage. Hanfang Shui stomped the staff in his hand fiercely on the ground and roared angrily. The freshman competition was because I was not in good condition. And I fell down because of the wheel fight. Dare to question me, let's have a comparison. Everyone looked at the staff in his hand with shock on their faces. That staff is at least of diamond quality. I have heard before that family Shui is one of the 8 great families of Tianan. They really spare no expense. Upon seeing this, Ningwei exclaimed loudly. Immediately kicked out a spot from the team for Hanfang Shui. He is a double A rank magic talent, and also a rare class blasting mage. Why shouldn't he be able to join the team? Dwanlight Yun's eyes narrowed, and he said in a deep voice. He relies on his bad intentions, and loves to play tricks. If you're not convinced, you can leave on your own. Let's compare our teams in a match. If you win, you can do as you please. If you lose, then get out immediately. Ningwei burst into laughter after listening. Such an arrogant kid. Daring to challenge me, the previous champion, to a team match. I accept this challenge. See you at the arena in 3 hours. As soon as the news spread, numerous students rushed into the arena one after another. The freshmen are cheering for Dwanlight Yun's side, while the seniors are standing by Ningwei's side. On Ningwei's side, they also brought in the previous year's champion team Summoner Ruizong Qian. The new student spectators were constantly showing disdain. But Ningwei doesn't care about that. Hanfang Shui's brother greeted him. As long as he can establish a connection with the Shui family, his future will be promising. The players on Dwanlight Yun's side all felt a bit uneasy. After all, the other side has 2 champion players. And they are using a 2212 lineup. It's very difficult for their knife team to break through the front line. It depends on how Dwanlight Yun commands. Dwanlight Yun, however, is fearless. No need for tactics. No need for commands. Just act accordingly when the battle starts. The team members' blood is also stirred up. What are we afraid of? We have 4 provincial highest scorers in our team. Relying on our strength alone is enough to crush them. As the instructor gave the signal to start, all members of Team Dwanlight Yun rushed out aggressively. Team Ningwei, on the other hand, formed a defensive formation and waited patiently. Ningwei couldn't help but mock these people in his heart, thinking they were just a bunch of fools. There was no coordination at all. They couldn't fully unleash their true potential. They simply can't break through what they have. 2 priests support with heavy armor tank. However, just when he thought victory was assured, several huge fireballs suddenly fell from the sky. Before he could be surprised, the opponent's casting speed was too fast. Ningwei quickly had 2 frontliners hold their ground. 2 huge light arrays formed above the heads of several people. They successfully resisted Fireball's attack. But Dwanlight Yun had already rushed to their front at this moment. Expand the defensive range. It means weakening the single-point defense. You cannot stop me. The priest is about to buff the tank. Several vines suddenly emerged from the ground and wrapped around her. Dwanlight Yun launched a sudden thrust that sent a tank flying. Darn it. His strength value is too high. It's impossible to withstand. Another tank charged forward using shield bash. Dwanlight Yun planted the long spear into the ground. He used the staff dancing move from the martial artist, moving it over his head. But he was also exposed in the air. This time you can't escape. 2 mages immediately cast a spell combining ice and fire. Dwanlight Yun switched his demonic breakthrough into staff form. Fast casting and dual casting stacked together. Several large fireballs rushed up instantly. Only a deafening boom was heard. 2 mages let out an unwilling roar. Then, they were burned into roasted chickens. Dwanlight Yun dives down with the help of gravity. Demonic breakthrough switches to long sword form. A silver blade fall directly took away another tank. The old spectators were shocked one by one with their malice agape. Oh my god! He took down 2 tanks and 2 mages all by himself without a break during the entire 3 seconds. Is this the no-class freelancer? Nico and the others who rushed over gradually slowed down their pace. It seems like nothing is wrong with us. Let's go over and clean up the battlefield. After all, we are among the top 10 freshmen. It's too frustrating that we were completely useless. Before everyone could react, Dwanlight Yun once again used the swordsman's speed skill, charging towards the 3 people behind. Ningwei quickly turned his head and shouted loudly. Quickly summon a monster to protect the priest. We must not let the priest leave the field. No need for his reminder. Ruizong Qian is already casting. The next second, a summon that covers the sky and blinds the eyes. An object appears out of thin air in front of Dwanlight Yun. Dwanlight Yun grinned. I'm very good at spawning monsters. At this moment, I saw Dwanlight Yun rushing over. Ruizong Qian hastily summoned his 3 summoned beasts. 2 two-headed feathered serpents and 1 inferno lion. All of them are at level 20 or higher. And they are all extremely rare platinum rank summoned beasts. The old spectators are discussing one after another. A summoner with such strength is definitely considered top-notch even among second-year students. It's no wonder he was a member of the championship team from the previous year. It's too unfair for him to use such a summoned beast against freshmen. The frightened Ningwei suddenly regained confidence. I was caught off guard by you earlier, letting you take the upper hand. Now, purely based on levels, any summoned beast can crush you. You're bound to lose. However, Ruizong Qian beside him is full of horror. He found that this idiot still hasn't noticed yet. My summoned beast doesn't dare to attack at all. The strength of both sides is completely on different levels. Dwanlight Yun grinned. Since you're not moving, I'll make the first move. As the words fell, he suddenly stepped on the ground and charged towards the inferno lion in front of him. The long spear collided heavily with the giant tiger claw. A harsh metal friction sound rang out. The tiger's claws caused a slight vibration due to the force applied. Dwanlight Yun, on the other hand, was calm and collected. There is some brute force, but unfortunately, it is inferior to mine. At this moment, the two-headed feathered serpent next to them opened its big mouth and lunged forward. Dwanlight Yun turned around and kicked it, sending it flying out. A tooth was shattered. Then a wave of attacks from Changwei followed. Throughout the arena, only the miserable cries of 3 summoned beasts could be heard. Ruizong Qian could only watch helplessly as this scene unfolded before his eyes. His heart was simply in too much pain. Then he roared angrily. I refuse to accept it. I demand a rematch. The purpose of team matches is to train tactics and strengthen cooperation. How does he look like when he plays the whole game alone against all opponents? I cannot accept. Dwanlight Yun fell slowly to the ground. Who said I don't have tactics anymore? Show your skills as well. As the voice fell, a black shadow suddenly darted out from his shadow. Shadow Assassin Fei Qinghua. Hidden in his shadow from the beginning. His sickle has long been eager and restless. Just as he swung the chain in his hand, the sickle came down towards Priest's head. Ningwei quickly darted in front and took the blow. But before he could react, a ball of blood appeared by his side. The next second, it transformed into Blood Knight Tyranshan. Just heard a loud bang. Ningwei was directly hit by Tyranshan's blood shadow thrust, crashing into the arena's walls. Ruizong Qian is so angry that he grits his teeth in frustration. His eyes suddenly turned bloodshot. Damn it. I'll fight you all. Summon Beast Frenzy. However, at that moment, 2 golden arrows suddenly shot from afar, instantly pierced through his wrists. Ruizong Qian let out a scream. Where did the remote attack come from? Why can't I use skills? Nico, who was far away, chuckled. As a member of the elf race, it is only reasonable that I excel in archery, right? Yoshi Lin also laughed. It was the first time I attached the banishing curse to someone else's weapon. It seems to be quite effective. The 3 summoned beasts also fell to the ground with a bang at this moment. Dwanlight Yun walked slowly towards Ruizong Qian. He glanced back at the summoned beast. I don't know if killing these summoned beasts will drop any materials and XP. Ruizong Qian fell to the ground with a thud. I admit defeat. Please don't kill them. They are my most important companions. I will return the benefits I have received. I apologize to you. Dwanlight Yun sighed indifferently. Forget it. The outcome of the battle is already determined. The words had just fallen. The wall in the distance suddenly exploded with a loud bang. Ning Wei's figure emerged from the smoke and dust. At this moment, his entire body was covered in bulging veins. His body exuded a terrifying heat. Just a mere first-year student, don't be too arrogant. I will make you understand right now. However, before he could finish his words, there was a buzzing sound. Suddenly, a white light burst forth from under his feet. Nico, holding the long sword, chuckled. Professor Li reports to Anfuyi about the battle, which relies purely on strength and lacks any tactics. But they will be facing the top students from other schools. It will be difficult to go far without tactics. However, Dwanlight Yun's response is that since the school has won 3 consecutive championships with a 22-12 lineup, other schools will definitely try to figure out a way to either break it or use the same lineup. And this year, among the new students, there isn't a more powerful mage. Forcing the lineup will only weaken the overall strength. Rather than that, it's better to play to the strengths of the top students and let them give it their best shot. Anfuyi is very helpless. Although he finds it hard to agree with this viewpoint, it is also difficult for him to oppose it. Let him give it a try. After all, who made him win? The next morning, Qin Cheng Xia's demon maid found Dwanlight Yun early in the morning to inform him that Qin Cheng Xia had arranged a special course for him. All other courses had been cancelled. Although it was a bit sudden, Dwanlight Yun immediately set off with the two of them. The two girls told Dwanlight Yun that their real names had been taken by Qin Cheng Xia. They can be called Little Yu and Little Ling. Dwanlight Yun was slightly surprised. The true names of the demon race represent their sources of power and true forms, as well as their weaknesses. It seems they have been completely subdued by Qin Cheng Xia. A glow appeared in the palm of Little Yu's hand. Purple energy is used to cast teleportation magic. Dwanlight Yun was greatly surprised. The teleportation magic was cast without chanting an incantation or performing any casting gestures. It even happened instantly without using a staff. Kaisi was also like this before. How did they manage to achieve this? This is a world filled with a sense of death. The air is filled with a strong smell of blood. There are wild beast skeletons everywhere. Occasionally, the cawing of crows can be heard. Qin Cheng Xia spoke. I'm sure you've already sensed it. This is by no means a peaceful place. Today's lesson is a practical class. You have only one task. Live until noon. Just as Dwanlight Yun arrived here, he felt it immediately. Many malicious intents were targeting him in the darkness. Qin Cheng Xia explained that for the demon beasts tainted by darkness, the remnants of tempering of the demon lord within your body are excellent supplements. They want to consume you to evolve. Qin Cheng Xia had just left when the demon beasts in the darkness immediately became restless. Dwanlight Yun chuckled. Battle intent surged in his eyes. Can't hold back so soon? If you want to devour me, then come quickly. As soon as the words fell, the ground where he stood suddenly burst open. A demon pangolin covered in black scales all over its body burst out from the ground with a loud bang. Dwanlight Yun quickly dodged the attack by leaping away. However, he had just jumped into the air. Two shadow flame wolves suddenly darted out from the big tree nearby. So fast. Dwanlight Yun was surprised. Immediately, he activated Holy Flash and instantly shifted to a distant location. His face couldn't help but turn serious. What level are these monsters exactly? They are so fast. Could it be that their level attributes overpower mine? Thinking this, he immediately used appraisal to observe these demon beasts. Through observation, he was greatly shocked. These demon beasts were originally wild beasts in the forest. It was the leakage of darkness from the rift that corrupted them into demon beasts. Even so, they are only at level 20-something. They did not pose a threat to him. How could they be so fast, forcing him to use Holy Flash? Before he could understand what was happening, the earth suddenly shook violently. The surrounding big trees emerged one after another from the ground, turned into one demon beast after another that covered the sky. Dwanlight Yun's face was very ugly. He had been in the forest for so long. He actually didn't realize that these large trees were demon trees. The next moment, he suddenly realized that it wasn't that these monsters were fast. It was that his perception had weakened. At that moment, countless demon beasts crazily roared as they swarmed toward Dwanlight Yun. However, Dwanlight Yun remained calm and unruffled. Want to overwhelm me with numbers? Then you are mistaken. He then swiftly switched his demonic breakthrough in his hand to staff form. Mages love nothing more than engaging in group fights. As soon as the words fell, a massive tornado suddenly began swirling around him. Several shadow flame wolves rushed into the wind eye. They spewed shadow flame in an attempt to disrupt the casting. Dwanlight Yun disdainfully snorted. Instantly cast Night's Eye. Shadow flame suddenly stagnated in the air. Then he waved the staff in his hand. A ring of flame swiftly flew outward. The tornado blinked and turned into a fire tornado. This is the combination skill formed by Wind Eye plus Fireball. flaming storm, now only has a few struggling shadow flame wolves left. Dwanlight Yun turned around and threw 2 pouncing shadow flame wolves away with a shot. Then a slight smile curved at the corner of the mouth. Since this is a place tainted by dark aura. So, saying that, he fiercely stomped the ground with long spear. Suddenly, a chilling white light emanated from his body. His hair turned a terrifying white as well. At this moment, he resembled a true demon god. It is the other talent of Dark Knight Empress. Darkness! Dwanlight Yun's face revealed a cold smile. So now this is also my home turf. The voice fell. The ground underfoot suddenly burst open. Dwanlight Yun is like a wolf entering a flock of sheep. In just a few breaths, he eliminated all of these shadow flame wolves. He couldn't help but feel a mix of emotions. Although he gained a large amount of XP and leveled up to level 17. But his green forest set was severely damaged by the dark aura. It is estimated that it will be completely scrapped after this. What surprised him even more was that even his phone could not be operated. Neither magic nor technology could withstand the erosion. The dark aura is truly a terrifying thing. Fortunately, the star rank of demonic breakthrough is high enough to remain unaffected. As long as the weapon can be used, he can continue to fight. At noon, Qin Chengxia and Dwanlight Yun looked from afar at the dark crack in the sky. Qin Chengxia spoke up. Since you have completed the course, you must also know that these monsters are all born from the dark aura that seeped from the cracks. Dwanlight Yun's face turned serious.